Hey girl, welcome to the Feminine Founder Podcast, where we are all about learning and growing professionally so that we can build a life that we are proud of and really love. My name is Caroline, and I'm a social media marketing expert, obsessed with teaching female entrepreneurs how to start, grow, and scale their personal brand and business online. This podcast is all about sharing our stories and learning from each other on how to navigate our professional journey so that we can live our best lives. So if you're just starting your entrepreneurial journey, or if you are growing and scaling an epic company, you are in the right place, friend. Today, I have my friend Angel Holmes here with me. She is the founder of the Brighter Side Society and Serendipity. She's also a podcast host. Her podcast is called Never Stop Dreaming Biggie. So make sure to check that out after you get done listening to this episode. And she also is the managing editor of Charleston Women Magazine. Welcome, Angel.
Hi, Caroline. So glad to be here today.
Okay, so you and I actually have met. We met online. I think it was LinkedIn. Okay.
It was LinkedIn. Yes.
And then you slid into my DMs on LinkedIn.
I did.
And you invited me to your group, Like-Minded Charleston, that you ran. And I joined and came to your live events starting in January of this year. But I know that you've done so many really cool things. She has a podcast called Stop Dreaming Biggie Podcast. She is the original founder and former executive director for Charleston Food and Wine. The list goes on of things that you've done. And I also want to hear about the Caribbean stuff. So we're going to get to that next. But so tell us where you are now and how did you get there?
Yes. Well, I love that I slipped into your DMs because, yes, when I started dabbling in LinkedIn, of course, you came up because you're the LinkedIn queen and saw you were close to Charleston. And when we had the in-person community, I was like, oh my gosh, it would be so good to be a part of that and to speak. And you did both. So I'm so glad that all worked out. So the moral of the story is definitely reach out to people because you never know what will happen. And you've gone on and I know you've connected with other members and it's so fun. So but yeah, I'm in Charleston, South Carolina. I'm actually a native here, born and raised, which is rare nowadays. But I did move away for a little while. I went to school and lived away. But we are here, and I don't remember the other questions you had. But yes, I've done a bunch of different stuff, and now I run a community for ambitious women. It is online and in person called the Brighter Side Society, where we get together and create big dreams and goals. And I have the Never Stop Dreaming Biggie podcast. And then I just took over for managing editor for Charleston Women Magazine. So lots of fun stuff going on, all involving women and just ones that have big goals and dreams. And that's my thing. I love bringing people together in community and really celebrating them.
And I'll say too, to add to that, I mean, I have been into plenty of events, maybe co-ed or women only or whatnot. And there was something special about the room that you created in Like-Minded Charleston. And you had assembled a nice, really great quality group of people, female entrepreneurs from the Low Country, Charleston and surrounding. And I feel like that's a superpower. So tell us more about that.
Yeah, so I love bringing people together. Obviously, with starting the Charleston Wine and Food Festival, events have always been part of my being. My dad was actually a politician in Charleston and he owned the baseball team here. So as a very young girl, I was out shaking hands and putting on events and all kinds of stuff. So that's kind of just been in my DNA. And I love it. I love bringing people together to make them happy and connect and just live life to their fullest. And so after COVID, I lost my entire business. I was doing PR, marketing, and events for culinary businesses, travel and tourism. It all went away in one full swoop. And I was doing everything I could to survive for several years, but I was very isolated and alone. And I just felt like I was the only one going through this. And finally was like, you know what? I'm probably not the only one dealing with these issues. And so I had joined an online community that was nationwide and asked the person if I could start a chapter in Charleston. And we did, and did it for almost a year total, where we were bringing women together every single week, which was so fun. I loved doing that. And I've really evolved it since it wasn't my own community. Just decided I really want to focus in on what I'm building and do it. And the Brighter Side was just one of those things. And honestly, like most of the women were from Charleston, not all of them were part of the other community, but I just really wanted a place where not only they could be together in Charleston, where I'm from, but also from all over the country. So we have members in Canada, and I love them all over the world eventually. But it's been so fun, and it's more structured, and that's what I really like. We keep each other accountable. We have more just learning opportunities and more community in different ways. So it's been fun to kind of evolve that. And it's just having your own thing, as you know, is just so, it's just nice because you can control all the moving pieces and parts. And there's just things that I really wanted to do with it. So I'm excited to be able to do it now in this form.
And so having your own thing is like, I don't have children of my own. I have stepchildren, but
And you have doggies.
I have 2 doggies.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm a doggy mom.
A doggy mom.
But having things that you create that are your own, that you have complete control over, there's just something that's just magical about that. And yes, is it hard? Yes, is it isolating? Yes, do you go on a roller coaster emotionally, financially, all of the things?
Yes.
So I'm so glad you've assembled these rooms of people that are going through the exact same things, because you're right. Like, you just feel so isolated and so alone sometimes. And you're like, why am I the only feeling, why do I feel like this?
Yes, it is true. I mean, we need community where we're not born to be alone. We were born around people. We were born with a family and then friends and gone on and on and on. And so I think as adults, we just have, we separate a lot easier and we do isolate in this. I mean, since COVID and obviously with the electronics and everything being on digitally, we do get more isolated. So to have the opportunity to come together to hug and to like really connect with people on a deeper level, we cry, we are going through everything. And I love it because it's, for a brighter side, it's all age groups. So we have people who are just out of college to people like myself doing it for 30 years. And so we really just support each other and we're all going through the same things. We're all struggling with the, AI and marketing and whatever else we're dealing with within our business. So to be able to do it together and not feel stupid or silly or crazy, because that's what we're called, ambitious women, we're called crazy. And especially somebody like me who's done big things, I'm used to it. So I'm like, bring it on. But a lot of women, it just, they holds them back. It brings in imposter syndrome. So we just try to say, hey, no, if it's in you, it's for you. Let's do this together. So being each other's cheerleaders and champions is definitely something I love. And I love women. And it's just been honestly the best thing I've ever done in my career so far. So it's been exciting to grow and just see these women. I mean, every day I'm like amazed by what these women are doing. So it's really, really a true blessing.
Yeah, there's literally something magical about women who lift other women up. And I didn't get it for a long time. And then I finally got myself in the right rooms and was like, whoa, this is the game changer, because those women are doing what I want to be doing. Or those women can help me get to the next step or the next level or whatever it is. And if you're listening to this podcast and you have not found rooms like that, keep looking, keep DMing people online.
Yes. They're out there. There's so many great women groups and so many great groups in general. So yes, find your people, because it changes you. Like you said, it just really brings you to a whole new level. You want to surround yourself with people who are doing what you're doing, up leveling you or whatever that can advance you. And that's the best way to do it, is get in these rooms and be close to them and get to know them. And if they're good people, we like to help each other. So it's wonderful to have that community. And there are so many amazing ones out there.
Yeah. And you're the average of the top 5 people you surround yourself with. And so that's something you really need to let sit with you and look in the mirror every single day about that. Because if you are surrounded by people that are not doing things that you want to be doing, then go find 5 new people.
Right.
I'm not talking about spouses and kids. Like that's family. But
yes, I tell my kids that all the time. Like, the 5 people you hang out with the most are going to be what you become. So you need to be very protective of those inner circle people for sure.
Let's take a quick break.
Do you own a business and know that you should be using social media to market it, but don't know where to start? If this is you, do not worry. Earlier this year, I started the Feminine Foundry Marketing as a social media agency, as a spinoff to this podcast, as a premier luxury social media company to help small business owners start, grow, and scale online. So if you're ready to crank up the visibility and stop playing small when it comes to social media marketing, send me a direct message. I'd love to see how I can help and best support you. So this question, you're going to have probably lots of different examples, but probably give me your top or your top 3. What has been the biggest lesson you've learned in your entrepreneurial journey?
Oh, that's a good one. Well, I've been through bankruptcy, so I would say that was probably one of the biggest ones to learn, is that to really be smart with I wouldn't say finances. It was really more of a contract thing for me. I really wasn't paying as much attention as I should have for this event. but I'm glad I went through it because I will never go through that again. I also think the partner thing. So I did, like I said, I partnered with somebody else on this community. I also partnered with somebody else before that. And I always thought I need a partner. I need a partner. I need somebody to do it with. And honestly, like, and even staff, I've had staff before, and I feel like you always think the grass is greener somewhere else, where the grass is greener where you water it, right? So you probably have all the skills you need, or you can find them in other places than necessarily having a partner. And to have a partner, you just need to have it needs to be the right fit. They need to be offering the right things. It needs to be seriously a partnership. It needs two-way, very equal win-win. And I just didn't set that up for either one of those experiences that way. So it definitely, I've learned some lessons from that. So even with what I'm doing now with the homestead, we have advisors and all of that. We're trying not to have partners with the bar we're opening. And I think that's just something we really we're protective of more so now, because we have a vision. This is something we believe in, and not everyone else is going to do that. So I just think if you're out there and you're like, I need a partner, I need this, chances are you probably don't need those things. You probably can be resourceful and find them in other ways. So just kind of don't always compare yourself to others and what they have, because it's just, I listened to you and Amy's podcast recently, and just, they don't see the hard work you go through to get to where you are. And it's a lot of work and it's a lot of effort. So, just stay in your lane, water where you are, take care of your garden, and it will grow.
That's great advice, because when I mentor people that want to start Grow and Scale podcast, if they come at me and say, I'm going to do it with so-and-so, I'm like, no, because this is going to get to be a business relationship, and you're going to have life. They're going to have life. Who's going to be doing the producing? Who's going to be doing the guesting, the editing, the marketing for it? Because if you don't keep the podcast stream going, like, it will die.
Yes.
And so I'm really glad that you brought that up. And it's a great pivot to, let's talk about your Caribbean. If you don't follow Angel, her and her husband are starting a business in the Caribbean. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. I've been there plenty.
Yeah, no, Caribbean.
Tell me about, like, you don't have to tell me like all of your secret sauce, but like,
yeah,
how did you start? Like, where are you at? How did you do your due diligence for it? Tell us everything.
Yeah, so this has been something that I've been working on for 10 years. And it came to me just, I was running a beverage conference called BevCon at the time, and was just working with a lot of great beverage professionals. And I've been to the Caribbean a lot just growing up, and always loved it. So the idea kind of came across then, and I've been just, marinating on it and thinking about it and talking about it. But really, right when I got divorced about 10 years ago, 8 years, whatever it's been several years. I really was like, I'm going to get serious about this. And I got more back into my faith, because that had kind of dwindled too, and just started having more and more visions about it, and started coming together. And I met Brian, my husband now, and I was like, Brian, I want to open this place in the Caribbean. He was like, sign me up. And everything just kind of just started aligning. I think God just was like, this is what I want you to be doing. And here's all the ways to do it. So we have literally been visiting islands. We are narrowing down our islands right now. We're getting super close. We have 2 that we love, that both seem amazing and have great potential. And so we're meeting with realtors and attorneys and all kinds of stuff, try to find the place we're going to be at. But yeah, our goal is it will be a bar/retreat, and we will be doing brighter side events down there. I'm really excited about that. And just all kinds of stuff. So it should open, if all goes well, in November 2028. And we do have an Instagram account, the Homestead Bar, that people can follow the journey. We're starting to promote more and more on there. And it is going to be tied in with a nonprofit. We have a nonprofit leg to that, where we're going to be giving back to disaster relief and to projects in the island we're at. So that's about to launch. I'm starting another nonprofit, which I never thought I would do again, but it's been really fun. So I'm really excited about it. And yes, would love for everybody to come visit and check it out when it opens.
Okay, so I have so many questions. The Homestead Bar, that is so cool. And I love that you are talking about the 10-year journey, because a lot of times people see things on the outside and they're like, oh, you have this business or this following or this whatever podcast. And it's like, okay, but you didn't see the rest of it that went on. for due diligence with looking at islands, I mean, I'm sure you had to consider like all the things, like the hurricanes, the costs, the safety, the insurance, like all that stuff. And then is this something that you're going to be doing? Are you going to go live there full time, or are you going to be part-time in Charleston and part-time there?
Those are great questions. So yes, due diligence for sure. And like I said, I've been down to, there's like 28 islands, which is crazy. I've probably been to half of those islands. I actually got married in the BVIs to my husband before Brian. And so I've dealt with the governments down there. I understand it's very different. It's very slow. It's their own independent islands for the most part. And some are French, some are Dutch, some are British, some are US. I mean, it is like variants all the ways, but we had a long list of things we were looking for. We wanted to go lower in the islands, away from the hurricanes as much as we possibly could be. We wanted it to be a sailing community. We wanted to have obviously friendly, less crime, like on and on. So we had a really long laundry list. And we had an attorney in Charleston, Matt Norton, who does law down there. And he sat down and he was like, we had our list of places. He's like, no. And he's like, do these. And my brother had a sailboat down there and he was down there for a while. So he went and visited islands for us and got a feel. So we have met, we've read every book. We have done so much. I mean, I'm literally watching YouTube video after YouTube video of the islands we love just to kind of get more and more of a feel. And the videos are so bad. I cannot wait to go down there because I'm going to totally do a YouTube channel for whatever island we're on. But yeah, and then, so it just takes so much time and effort and energy, but we will be living there during the time we're open. The seasons down there run anywhere from 6 to 8 months. So we'll definitely be down there for about 8 months. We'll probably come here for about 3 during this time of year, hurricane season, when you kind of shut down. And I'm not sure about residency. I mean, one of us will be residents here. We'll just come back and forth as we need to. Our kids are here. Hopefully our kids some of them are going to come down and work there, but they'll be here. Our families are here. So we'll be back and forth. And who never knows what's going on with the world and the country. We'll see. We're going to keep our eyes open for that. So, but yeah, we've got a couple of years to kind of pull that together.
I love that. And I know nothing's set in stone, so I'm not holding you to that. But I love too that your husband, Brian, is on board with this. Because I mean, this is a huge decision. It's going to be a huge, obviously, investment of time and money. It's going to be a huge lifestyle change. It's going to be bootstrapping an event space from whatever it was to now making it yours. And that's a whole thing. So, and I know you are the queen of fun and you call your husband the director of no fun. And I always laugh about that. And I always tell my husband about it too. Because I'm like,
he is a champ. My husband is a champ. But yeah, he retires from his company. And I mean, honestly, we're like, you got to take HVAC school. You got to get your plumbing, like all the things, because we're going to be down there in a third world country and we have to figure it out on our own. Of course, we'll be working with the locals and that sort of thing, but it's a lot. It is a third world country and you don't have the luxuries that there's no Amazon down there. So it's going to be an adventure for sure, but he is a champ. He is 100% on board. All of my family is, and it takes a village to do anything like this. So we're really excited. We have the most amazing advisors too. And really, I do bring that back to my faith and God, bringing these people together. But BevCon, a lot of them were a part of that event and they are some of the best in the business for bar and restaurants. And several of them have had places down there. So it's been great to hear from them and get advice from them and just kind of keep growing and learn. So yes, you'll have to come. We'll have retreats down there. So you can come do your podcast.
Visiting.
Come do your podcast there. I'm serious. I would love it. Anybody and everybody to come visit for sure.
No, I'm serious too. My husband and I love to go down there and we usually do it at least a couple times a year. So
I will keep you posted for sure.
Okay, so pivoting now. So you recently stepped into the role of becoming managing editor of Charleston Women. Tell me about that. Like, I'm familiar with the magazine. It's amazing. All the things, like, I'm sure you were brought on specifically to help grow it or scale it or whatever. And you don't have to tell me anything secret, but tell me about the goals and the vision for the magazine.
Yes, I actually have a copy. Hold on. Sorry. It is so cute. Charleston Women. This is our
Yeah,
current issue. It just came out. Yeah. So a friend of mine was working there and asked if I would be interested in being the managing editor. And I said, absolutely not, because I had a lot going on. And I really loved the magazine concept. It used to be an insert for Mount Pleasant magazine, but it really didn't. I felt like it just didn't showcase all the amazing women out there. It just was limited to what they were doing because it wasn't insert and not a lot of focus. But Stacy, the associate publisher, she was really wanting to elevate it. So anyway, long story short, they asked me to do it, and I had a bunch of different things I required, including really revamping the entire thing. So we redesigned the entire magazine. We focused, I really wanted it to be heavy editorial focused. Before it was more on the partners and advertisers in there, which makes sense. And we, of course, support those guys whenever we can. So, but really going deep into the theme of each issue, because each issue has a theme. This was fashion. So almost everything you're reading is about fashion. But no, I think it's just such a great addition. I mean, I'm from here. I know a lot of women, and I just want to share their stories. There's so many incredible people that they're doing just amazing things. And also so many people that are new to Charleston, new here, and they don't necessarily know or have a voice. And we have so many talented, incredible people. So just to have that platform and to help them to share what they've got going on, I'm really excited about it. So we're doing it 4 times a year, and the first one was great. So I'm very excited. We're working on the home issue now that will come out in November. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So can just add another thing to the to-do list. But it all does go.
I mean, there's so many amazing Charleston women and that are entrepreneurs or even work in corporate or nonprofit space. Like all the spaces, they have really, really top tier talent and the thinkers and the dreamers and the doers. And I just love that.
Yes. And so I love anybody listening to this. If they have anything they want to share, anything they're doing, we'd love to hear from them and get them a part of the magazine any way we can. And we're working on our website and our emails. We have a podcast. So there's definitely a lot of good avenues to engage with the magazine. And I'd love to help any way I can.
And I'll plug a link in the show notes to it so they can find it that way too.
Yes.
Okay, so what is lighting you up with some of the clients that you're working with right now?
Well, my clients are the Brighter Side Society, and they are just like I said, they're so many of them have just launched new businesses. I mean, we have a half and half. We have some that are just starting out and some that have been doing it for a while. And for the ones that are just doing it, like to see them have this idea and to do the work that's needed, because we walk people through doing the milestones and the checking things off and the little step by step they have to do to actually implementing it. So to see them doing it and having success, that is incredible. And then the people who've been doing it forever, who are either maybe they need, a refresh, or they need just some more, they might need some more clients, or they might need just some more energy. Or like me, I'm just, my big heart is in mentoring. I love mentoring anyone I can. I mean, I do it one-on-one every so often, but when I can, I would love, just sitting down with somebody and helping them and walking them through where they are and getting them out of overwhelm and getting them focused on whatever it is. So, but I just, just helping them and seeing the relationships and friendships and support system. When I open up Instagram, and like I saw you and Amy with a podcast, and when I see people doing that, it's like I had a small part in that, bringing those people together. So that is what I love so much.
Yeah, after speaking with her in May at your event and hearing about the power of Pinterest, I was like, whoa.
Yes.
Because she and I had the same conversation. Like, I thought it was just for like wedding cakes and like recipe inspo. And she's like, no, it's full blown marketing tool. So
yes. And I just hired her, and she is amazing. And I'm so excited because we're going to do a lot of cool stuff, not only with the Brighter Side, but with the homestead, because there's so many people that go in there for travel and go in there for resources that I provide already. So to hone in on that, and you do need to hone in on it. It's a little bit different from your other, it's not a social media platform necessarily. So I love her. She's just so great. And same with you with LinkedIn. I mean, when I learned from you on LinkedIn, I really tried to apply and be more present and engaging and connecting more with women. And I wasn't doing that for a long, long time. So just to have these opportunities, I mean, those are all communities. These social media places are just, if you look at them, I like a community and a place to connect and help and serve. And and support each other, I think that it makes it so much more enjoyable. So many people like make it dreadful, and it really doesn't have to be dreadful. It's just you sharing and helping. So as long as, that's something you enjoy doing, you should enjoy being on the platforms.
Yes, 100,000,000%. Because a lot of times, people, they're on social media anyways, like they're doom scrolling. So like instead of doom scrolling, like actually message somebody or send them a voice note or like slide in their DMs and don't sell them, but just connect with them and then see what happens. And this podcast interview right here in Friendship happened because of the exact same thing we're talking about.
Yes, it is. That's what it takes, Yes, so many people do just scroll and then they get angry or they compare themselves and they're just, it's like taking away the joy of it. And it really is. It was created for friendship and support and all of those things. And I think we've just taken it to a whole new level. And I just blocked that out. And I'm like, no, this is my happy. I like all of them. I use most of them. And I find, I just find what work, like TikTok. I'm just like, I'm not going to be on there doing these serious videos. I do silly stuff with my kids or my husband, and I might do something that involves around women or whatever I'm working on, but it's typically more fun because that's what people are on there for. So you just have to figure out the platform and your voice in that and just have fun with it.
And the reality is you can either create or consume. Like you have two choices. And instead of being a consumer, I would rather be a creator. And yes, is it cringe at first? Yes. Is it embarrassing? Yes. Does your rude uncle ask, how's your little content or little podcast?
Oh my gosh.
But in a year, 2 years later, they ask, how did you do it?
Exactly. No, I heard that on one of your podcasts too. I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, I have so many stories. It is crazy the number of people who I never think see any of my stuff or know about anything I'm doing because they never comment or support or anything, share. And then if I do anything that rubs them the wrong way, of course I'm going to hear about it. I'm like, oh, you follow me. I wouldn't know that because you don't really support me any other way. So it's just funny. There's people out there. There's little stalkers.
And the boundaries too. Just because they're related to you or have your cell phone number or see you at the gym or at church doesn't mean they get to slide into your network and ecosystem. And if they're not doing what you want to be doing, then they're not in a place to offer any advice or for you to listen to any advice.
Right, exactly. No, and it's crazy the number of people who know Brian and he's not on social media just because I promote him all the time. And he's like, who are these people? I'm like, I really don't even know either, but they're so nice. I mean, most of them are really, really nice. And so it is crazy though, what, the people you will meet and get to know and you have no idea who they are, but they know you because we share it. I share it all. I don't hold back a lot. So, but no, it's fun.
So as we wrap up, how can our listeners find you?
So I'm on all the places, LinkedIn. I'm on Instagram. I have 3 different accounts on Instagram, or 4, right? 4 because of my podcast now and all of it. So, and I have a website, sipandipity.com. But yeah, I'd love to connect with anybody. I have an email I send out every week called The Scoop. So sign up for that. The best way to do that is on Instagram, just in my link. You can click on there and get set up. And I send out some of my favorite things. And I think it's a fun, it's not, I try to make it not salesy type of email that I send out every single week. So you can get on The Scoop.
And I'll plug all of your links in the show notes for everybody.
Yay. Thank you, Carolyn. So good to be here. I love this. And let me know when you're in Charleston. You need to come to a Brighter Side event. We'd love to have you and just really appreciate your friendship and support always.